How's it going, guys? It's Poetry Sud, and welcome to a brand new EU4 series. Mare Nostrum has just come out a few hours ago. I was in class and I rushed back after class to the dorm, which I am now in, of course, so that we can now record some Mare Nostrum. And welcome to my newest series. This is going to be my fourth ever series on YouTube, and hopefully this will be the first one where we get a really, what I would call a really difficult achievement. So today, and for the next couple months, we're going to be going for the Sunset Invasion achievement. If you don't know what this is going to be a ridiculous achievement. We'll talk about some other stuff in Europe first to just kind of look at a preview of the stuff. This achievement is where you're playing as the Aztecs. You have to conquer the cities of Lisbon, Madrid, Paris, London, Amsterdam, which is Holland, and Rome. And that's crazy. You're playing as the freaking Native Americans with Mesoamerican tech group, and you have to conquer all of these cities, these big cities that are Western powerhouse nations, you know? And that's just the crazy thing about it. And so it's gonna present a lot of unique challenges. Before we get into it, I do kind of want to look up here. I know that they reworked a lot of the borders. For instance, look at Ireland. Whoa! There's a lot of new provinces. There's, like it used to be that these two are one, these two are one, these two are one, and then these two, or these three were two. I don't know. But, like, look at how much it's split up. Leinster still exists, but it used to be, Munster here. This used to just be Connaught, but it's Clanricarde and Sligo, Tyrone and Ulster, and now this is no longer Meath. This is, Pale. That's really cool. I really like that. Scotland looks so, yeah, they actually kind of reworked it. I think there's a new province there. These used to be one. Let's see, let's go look around. I know they reworked some of the borders up in here. Antwerpen is actually where it should be now and kind of squeezed up in here. There's all the borders of Paris and even London I saw. Look at that, there's a lot of cool stuff. Anyways, though, we'll see that once we conquer it, right? Yeah, so let's go in and get into this. We're going to play as the Aztecs. Yeah, so they are an independent nation. They start off with a good monarch here. Only a kingdom rank. Mesoamerican, 250% cost. That is so big, and we're also Nahuatl, which I will be talking about a lot. We'll look at all this stuff once we get into it. 35 development, 4 provinces. Not very big, right? Well, let's do this. Ironman mode. Okay, let's do this. So we're going to call this the Sunset Invasion. Now let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so we'll go and get started. This first episode might be a little bit longer, but I'm super pumped. We're playing in windowed mode, so hopefully the recording will be a little bit better, not as laggy as some of my later videos got in Italian Ambitions. If you don't know my channel and you're just coming here for this, or this is your first time watching my channel, I've done EU4 stuff for a while now, but my only really long series was Italian Ambitions, where I played as Italy, and by the end I had Burgundy under a personal union, and Austria is also under a personal union. I inherited Burgundy. It was crazy. It was really cool. Okay, so this first episode, not a lot might happen, but trust me, I've been looking forward to this, because I've had several requests for this campaign, and I've been meaning to get around to it. I just haven't had the chance, but I've been really looking forward to it, because it's quite an interesting one, I would say. Very unique in the way you have to do things, and yeah, and in fact my friend Jeff and my other friend Apocalyptic, the Apocalyptic Gamer, they were both saying that they really wanted to see this. And so it offers a lot of unique strategies, and I was looking up some, not trying to cheat or anything, but I was looking up some strategies so I could have an idea of what I'm going to need to do. Excuse me. Alright, so we're just squeezed in right here. We don't have a lot of land, obviously. So what does this mean? Well, there's some interesting things with the Aztecs. You start off as Nahuatl, and that is the main thing that sets you apart. It's a very, very unique religion, because you have, where is it? It's not on here. It's on the religion screen. Scream? Yeah, the religion screen. Religion screen. Somewhere, or is there not? There should be a doom meter somewhere. Unless they took that out of the game? Okay, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe they took that out of the game completely. That wouldn't make sense, would it? Either way, let's go and look at our ideas and stuff. We'll get to that later. Okay, so right here in our idea group, we have infantry combat ability plus 10% and idea cost minus 10%. Those are both really good. Infantry combat ability is a very good one, just especially late game. It's just good to have that base quality of your troops. It's really good. Idea cost is awesome. That's so many monarch points in the bag. That's several hundred, I think, that we'll be saving from that over the course of the game. I like passive stuff like that just decreases how much you'll spend. Actually, that's probably like several thousand now that I think about it. And when we gain all the ideas, we'll get national manpower modifier plus 25%. That is insane. I think it's only like 3 full groups to unlock everything. That's not too late on in the game. That'll definitely help us. And plus 25% is huge. We have cost of reducing war exhaustion. It's not that good. We have yearly legitimacy. It's okay. Manpower recovery speed. That's pretty good. Morale armies, that's pretty good. The Eagles and Jaguars, that's pretty good. I know I say Jaguar wrong. I know it's Jaguar. I say Jaguar. Don't worry about it. Tax modifier, it's good enough. I'm not going to complain. Production efficiency, and it's okay. More money, it's passive. Spy network construction. Okay, so this is a new feature, and if you don't know, if you haven't seen any Mare Nostrum, you no longer have to fabricate claims with a diplomat for a year or more if you get caught. You actually now have all these options, and you have to build spy networks and stuff, and it's very interesting. We'll get into that a little bit later. I don't really want to do it right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and see some other stuff. We are obviously starting with low tech. We start with tech 1 of everything. To westernize, we have to reform our religion, and also we have to be bordering a Western nation. I like the little symbol there. So, where do you see the Doom meter? I don't know, because I know this is a thing, but where do you see it? I believe we have some decisions we can do early on that'll give us like some stuff. I don't know. Where's our Doom meter? I'm pretty sure it exists, doesn't it? Unless they just took that out of the game. What is that? Skip to next on. Show timeline. What? History timeline. That's cool. That's interesting. So we can let's go ahead and take stock of our surroundings. I've been, looking at stuff, and I'm very interested in this, of course, as you can tell. But I'm interested in looking at the changes. But still, we should go ahead and start eventually. So we are starting in the Central American culture group, which is nice. So let's keep that in mind, that we might want to conquer these people, or rather make them vassals more than other people, just because there's bonuses. These guys are in the Otomanguen group, and these guys are on the Mayan. Yeah, Mayan. Down here, Chibchan. Okay, interesting. And there's more Aztec down here. That's so weird that there's just kind of little pockets. I don't know. There's probably some historical reasons for that. I'm not an expert on Mesoamerican history. We're not making a lot of money, so that's one thing to keep in mind. Let's look at who we got around us. We got over here, we got the Tarascans. They've rivaled us. Colima, friendly, good. Tlapanek, okay. Totonac, hostile, both of those. Mixtec rivaled us, and Tlaxcala. Okay. What about the Zapotecs down here? They have also rivaled us. Jeez, everyone does not like us. By the way, I'm sure you can see this little thing. I'm just as interested as you guys are in learning what that is. I know that's like something to do with the states, but we'll look at that. They don't mind us. Heretic religion. So these guys are in the same religious group. They are so they're heretics. So we should be able to marry them. We can, just not yet. We have the Zhu, the Kokomas, and the Quiche. The Itza are probably going to be one of our allies early on. Everyone around here is about the same. It doesn't really matter who we go for. So yeah, so that's who we have around us. We got Tarascan here. That is rivaled us. And yeah, so I don't remember. Oh, here it is, the religious reforms. I think that's our Doom meter right there. Yep, there it is. There's the fabled Doom meter. Okay, so, if you guys don't know, the Aztecs have this thing called the Doom meter, and it changes right now by +4 every year due to the number of owned provinces. And if it reaches 100, we have to sacrifice our ruler and the heir, and then we have I think you get a 000 ruler after that point, so you have no monarch point gain. It's awful. So you do not want Doom to reach 500. There's also events that can do it. So the ways to prevent it, to bring down Doom, are by winning battles, occupying provinces, and sacrificing the rulers and heirs of our subjects. So it's a little bit interesting. And eventually we have to reform the religion, and that's how we get rid of this this Doom meter. So we have to have a western neighbor with an adjacent core province, and that's something that I'll talk a little bit more about later as we get closer to the time where we're going to see Europeans. Because like we're not going to be able to see Europe for a long time. And we need to have all these reforms by the time they get here so we can hop on that right away, no longer have to worry about this Doom meter, and then just focus on conquering Europeans. Because like I said, our end goal is to conquer those major cities of Europe. Yeah, so let's talk about this for a sec. So, it changes by 4 for a year. I'm not sure. I've never played as any... sorry. I've never played as any Nahuatl religions, religious people. I've never played in this area at all, actually. I played as the Incas, but that's different. So, I'm not sure exactly how this works. But we'll see. So, I know that in order to get a reform, you have to have at least 5 vassals and 1 stability. And you can do any of these in any order. So, it'll be interesting. And I know after you do the reform, then they all break free again. You have to re-vassalize them. It's very weird. So we're going to have to try to find like an equilibrium. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do that. So what is this? We have, we have diplomatic relations is one thing we can get. We have discipline is one reform we can get. Colonists is one reform we can get. Stability costs, that's okay. And monthly war exhaustion, it's okay. And my favorite ones here are the colonist and the relation discipline. Those 3 are the best, definitely. Maybe the colonist would be the best, I would say. But either way, we're going to have to see what we can do for that. Let's go ahead and get started, though. I'm sorry. I know I was just looking at stuff. We have enemies, Zapotec, Mixtec, Tarascan. Zapotec, Mixtec, Tarascan. Did I say Zarascan? I did not mean to. So, I think we're definitely going to rival Tarascan because, well, I'll tell you why in a second, but I have a plan. We can pretty much rival everyone, which is really good. Who has, like, common rivals? Tarascan and Tlapanek. Okay. So why don't we just rival the people who have rivaled us? So Mixtec and Zapotec. Keep it easy, you know? Mixtec is 20% less army as well. And Zapotec. Yeah, they really don't like us. Okay. So let's just do that. We have enough rivals now. Improve relations with Tlaxcala, who is... it'll take me a while to get this all figured out in my head. Tlaxcala is right next to us, and they don't have any... They don't have any allies or anything, which is good. So we have 3 merchants, 3 diplomats being a kingdom level, which is really, really nice. I think that's going to be really good. And so it's interesting. As the Aztecs, you don't want to be too big, actually, because the Doom meter will just tick up. And that's one of the main things that we're going to have to try to deal with. This is the province it wants us to conquer. Okay, alright. So let's look at this again. We can't see rivals from there. It's opinion. I don't know. But we can just know. It's these ones right here. So, having to do these reforms, I think one of our important things early on is that we're going to need to get as many vassals as we can, obviously. However, I don't want my vassals to be too strong. And I don't know exactly how many provinces I'm supposed to really have on my own. But no one has any cores on anything we own, which is good. I don't want to get too messy with that if we release people. If we have to, we will, though. So I think probably right off the bat, we're probably going to want to go for Tlaxcala. Try to get them killed right away, or under us. So we have a 4-3-5. Our heir is not too good. We probably want to get an ally in someone. We need 5 vassals. Let's look at this. 1 there. 2 there. 3 there, 4 there. We'll might as well go for our rivals. So then we can pick between Totonac and Tlapanek. Let's go for probably... How much development do you have total? Quite a bit. Yeah, we'll probably go for you instead. We'll go for Totonac as our 5th vassal. And that'll be good. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, so what do we want to do then as far as this mission? Tlaxcala, do you really want to improve relations with? No, I don't think so. So let's just turn that off for now. I do think we want an alliance with you. Oh, and oh yeah, this new option, Condottieri. I've been really looking forward to using that. However, let's go ahead and do this. Get an alliance with Colima. Let's see if we can go ahead and try to get an alliance with Itza, possibly. Who are yours? Zapotek, Kish, and Zul. Okay, that seems like pretty good. Well, we can't really get an alliance with you yet, so we will improve relations. The game froze up there for a sec. I was worried. And why don't we... Obviously, we're not going to be trying to tech up very much because we're not going to be able to, really. We actually... Montezuma the First. Moctezuma is the colloquial name. We have him as a leader already. That's good. That's good. Okay. I don't mind that, the risk, just early on. So we can't wait. We have to wait till next month before we can declare wars. So I want to look at this. The states. Before we... This is the last thing we'll look at, and then we'll get started. When you own land... You have land that's, it's part of these states now, and you actually have a limit to how many states you can own. This is kind of the replacement for distant overseas stuff. So we can own 15 states right now. Right now we only have 1. And basically when you conquer new land, if it's in a new region, this stuff is all part of the region of Mexico, which is really nice. But like this, Michoacan is all part of a new region. I think it's all the nations are pretty much split up by region. When you conquer a new region, Guerrero down here, Oaxaca, I've been there actually, it's cool, I like Oaxaca, it's a pretty area in real life. Eastern Mexico, Chiapas, excuse me. And when you conquer this stuff, you actually have to add it as a state. You core it, you pay half the cost of the coring up front, and it's a territory, which means the autonomy cannot go below 75. Then you add it as a state, and oh, that's a cool new button. And then you can upgrade it to a state, and then it can go down to 0 autonomy. However, you have a limit on how many states you have, and these can be overseas even too, which is really nice. So if you're spanning a lot overseas, you have to choose if you want it to all be territories or states. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go on speed 2 and get this party started. Let me just make sure it's recorded and everything. It looks pretty good. Alright, we got our alliance with these dudes over here, with the Colima. So that's pretty good. We probably won't call them into many wars early on. Is there anyone else that we could possibly ally? Oh, trade. Can we just not see any anymore? Is that the case? Oh, time is already up. Jeez. We'll go a little longer. It'll be okay. Alright, let's just do that. Collect trade from that. Let's see if that actually increases our trade at all. We had 0.87 last month, which we didn't really have a last month because this is the first month, but that actually caused a significant drop. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know. We'll see. We have 10,000 manpower out of like 11,000 max, so obviously we don't have a lot. We have 9 force limit. We definitely want to build up to our force limit because we're going to be going to war a lot. Trust me. Might as well put our troops to good use. One thing that I kind of wish they would add to this game is rally points. Like, obviously you can do armies and stuff, army templates, but I don't really think that kind of replicates it as good as it should. Jeez. Alright, so everyone's already getting all these alliances and stuff. That's gonna suck, because now everyone is starting to get alliances. I think that would have happened either way. We'll see if we can get an alliance with these guys over here, and that might be good. So I think we're actually going to probably try to take 2 provinces from these guys so that they don't get too out of hand. We need to have enough strength to keep our vassals down. That's going to be one of the hard things, I do think. Our doom just went up by 1. Okay. Okay, that does starting to worry me a little bit. But, I mean, just 1, obviously, not that bad. But that's cool that we at least have a counter down there. So what reform do we want to go to first? Let's talk about that before we end this video. Probably we want to go for this one. Well, I don't know, though. Do we want to get more provinces if we have a Doom meter? That might be, like, our second one. I think probably diplomatic relations would be a good one, because if we're going to have 5 vassals anyways, because we have to, then we might as well try to save some diplo points with that. Alright, so let's go in, try to be as min-maxy as possible for this little bit of this campaign. I think that's going to be a big part of this. 1, 2, and then 1 more. And let's get them all here. And... oh man, look at these animations. Those look like redone or something. I don't know. They look new and fresher. Like the arrow. And it's so random and nitpicky, but it does seem like that. So, the last thing we'll talk about is that we have these freaking flower wart CBs. And that's really cool. That it's actually less to enforce vassalage and protectorates, but we don't have that right now. Vassalage. So that makes it so that we can actually vassalize people really easily, because that's obviously one of the main things. Flower wars, meaning to get captives to sacrifice to the gods. So, yeah. Tlapanek and Zapotec. Tlapanek and Zapotec. So, Tlapanek and Zapotec. You have a truce already with someone. Tarascan. I mean, we could try to just take on everybody at once. It's probably not a good idea, though. What about you? Zapotec and Mixtec. Zapotec and Mixtec. So all 3 of my rivals have allied if I go against this guy. What we might do is actually conquer them, give a little bit, 1 province to Colima, conquer the rest for myself, and we'll see. We'll probably want to secure an alliance with the Itza first. I think that'll be a good idea. But either way, go ahead and come back next episode, episode 2. I know we didn't do a lot this episode. That's okay. This is kind of just taking everything in. This is going to be a longer campaign. I can tell you that much. I'm going to be trying to keep the schedule consistent. I want to be playing this game probably quite a bit. I'm going to be recording and trying to post these daily, I would say, if not more than 1 a day. So I'm going to be trying to keep this series going strong so I can get it done quicker than Italian Ambitions. Not because I want to rush it necessarily, but just because I want to be able to do more series, you know? If you like that, then tell me in the comments if you want to see more EU4. I can possibly fit in a second series at the same time. It would just be a lot more content on my channel. I don't want to overload the viewers, so you guys. So thank you though for watching. This is a new series, remember, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe and comment if you haven't already. It means a lot to me. It supports the channel and it keeps me going strong. So thank you guys for watching. It means a lot, and I will see you guys in episode 2. Goodbye.